It's like the best video ever.
This is crazy.
We got 25 minutes. We gotta go.
Hey, what's going on, world? Oh man,
We did it.
yes we did. If you guys can't tell, we get incredibly excited for the simplest things and literally us just getting on at the same time. It's something that we're incredibly excited about. But no, honestly, guys, we're so excited about today's episode. We're so excited to be with you guys this week. It is going to be, again, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but it's going to be an absolutely amazing episode. Please let us know where you're watching us from. If you're watching us live, drop it in that comment, in the chat below. Let us know where you guys are watching us from.
Yes, we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. So today is episode 6, right? We promised you guys that we were going to count all of our episodes. So today on episode 6, we're really excited. We have our question. What is our big question today, Winston?
Let me bring it up. And the best part is, of everything that we did for prepping, we did not actually write that in. So we're again, the praise earlier that we gave ourselves completely unnecessary because we obviously, or Winston didn't. Here we go. So the question, boom. And this may not make Janelle's approval because she likes to have questions a certain way. But today's question. Oh, wait. Your company just shut down, and the word that was missing from that just now was now what?
There we go. Your company just
now what? There we go.
Now what?
Now,
question.
Before we jump into an answer like we normally do, we do want to, all joking aside, this is something that's actually very real for people. Why? You started in your brand new business. You just jumped into this industry. You're incredibly excited, right? And maybe you've been in the industry for a while. And if you have, you probably know this, that companies shut down. This is a very real thing. It happens. And I'll just throw some numbers out to you guys. In the just over, and this is something that was studied, that was done in December 16, 2020, there were over 6.2 million Americans. Now, network marketing is literally an international global concept, but in America alone, there are 6.2 million Americans, and there are over, again, only in the US, over 1,000 firms that are a part of network marketing. And if you guys know anything about the averages in terms of businesses within the first 3 to 5 years of almost any business, about 50%. In some instances, it's higher, in some it's a little lower, but on average, it's around 50% within the first 3 to 5 years of a business shut down. So what does that mean to you, right? You just got excited about this product, service, and all of a sudden, and I'm just throwing this out there, no disrespect to any company, the goji berries aren't doing what they need to do anymore. And so now you can't, that's not an opportunity that you can offer to your friends or family, or your product or service isn't something that you can offer to your friends and family. And so we do want to answer this, and we're going to do it with an exciting new segment that we've definitely been thinking about for a while. It's a lot of how, just the conversations that Janelle and I, the crux of even just this show, came from just our conversations. And so I'm going to let Jay intro our new segment, tell you guys all about what you guys can expect from it.
Awesome. So within the question, we figured you guys don't want to hear just from us alone, right? You probably want to hear from some other people. And what is something that people do when they're in the game, when they're in the zone, when they're doing things, right? There's sometimes they're in the game and then they got to take a timeout, right? And then they end up on the bench. And what happens on the bench? People start talking, right? And so we call it Bench Talk. We're really excited because that is our new segment that we will now be having, where we have guests who come in and they will then answer the question along with us. So it won't just be us. So I'm really excited that we are now going to have Bench Talk as a part of what we do here. And for some of our VIP community members, you will be able to suggest people for us to come on to interview or to answer the question. I can't wait for that to happen. So you'll be able to take a part of that. We have some very special community members who will help us grow this segment. So we're really excited to have the segment called Bench Talk. So today we are having our very first guest to talk with us on Bench Talk. I'm so excited to welcome our featured guest. She is literally like a sister to me. We have traveled all over the world together. I can talk to her about anything. And one of the most amazing things about her is what a powerful woman she is in business. She is doing some major things. And what I think is so amazing to be around is her energy. She has an amazing, positive, uplifting, encouraging energy that just helps other people who are surrounded by her, right? So she is lifting up a lot of people in her organization. There are a lot of people winning. So this is definitely somebody who has a lot of experience within our business model, but just like being an entrepreneur, period, like this is definitely a woman that we all want to hear from. So I'm really excited to introduce our guest. Hold on.
Yeah.
Syreeta
Now,
Rodriguez.
before she jumps on, guys, I just got to say, and I definitely want to echo, what Janelle said. When I met this young lady, I gotta say, especially different people in this industry, you meet different people, the leaders, different people who are moving and doing things and creating a positive effect in their organization. And one of the things that, you start to meet people at different ranks or positions, whatever they have in these different companies, you find yourself maybe not always connecting to some people who have had a level of success where they find themselves maybe a little bit withdrawn from the people or helping people. And one of the things that I got to say that I love about Syreeta was she was incredibly inviting. I actually didn't know whether she was a part of our organization or not a part of our organization when I had the opportunity to meet her a couple of years back, because she was just so welcoming, just so, just so open, so giving. She's somebody that, like Janelle said, you can definitely call on. She has so much experience. I mean, even before network marketing, she has a world of experience that we are excited for her to share with you guys. I know she's having some trouble get on now because of some technical difficulties, but we can keep singing her praises and actually dive into the question. And then as she jumps on, we'll connect her in and throw her into the group. So one of the things that I would say about what we talked about earlier in terms of the question and your company just shutting down is we want to first highlight, I think, just how real that could be, right? You get yourself set up, you have this, this long-term, I think, goal or mindset around a business like this when you're getting into network or relationship marketing. And what happens is I think for so many of us, and I was actually talking to a gentleman named Sensei just the other day about this same idea of people getting involved in this industry, people getting involved, but not having had a business mindset, not having had to run their own organization. And because we don't have that training, you don't necessarily have this long-term mindset of where is this going to grow and what's going to happen. And honestly, if you aren't somebody who I think has made a significant impact in this company, you may also not have a ton of say when you obviously first get started, right? So you don't have all the you can't call maybe the president of the company or the CEO. And so there's information that you don't get. And so we also, I think at times can feel like we aren't actively making a difference, and that can separate you from a lot of that information. So what happens when the company decides that we're going in a different direction with maybe our product, our industry is different now, or our service isn't the same, and they have to make that pivot, but nobody gave you that phone call on lighten up because I see her on now and she's moving, right? Nobody gave you that phone call. But again, enough of me. Let's get her in here so that she can tell you her story, guys, that she could share. Let me give it back to, Janelle muted herself. All right, cool. Again, without further secondary, right? Without further ado, we have Syreeta.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Welcome to the show, sis.
Thank you.
Yes, we're so excited to have you on. We were telling everybody, singing your praises, and And we gave a little bit of background about like what can happen, you know, with how many, there are over 6 million Americans who are currently a part of, you know, relationship network marketing right now as of 2020. There are over 1,000 different firms all over, just in the United States alone. That doesn't count the rest of the world. And so it's very common, like any other business or restaurant or any other mom or pop shop, right? It's very possible that people open up and then the company closes. So today's question, and we would love to hear from you as our new segment. So today's question is, your company just shut down, now what? So we would love for you to share a little bit about your story. If you can tell us a little bit about your background, and how that you may answer that question in terms of what you actually did.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Once again, thank you so much for having me on Say That. I'm sorry. So my name is Syreeta Rodriguez, born and raised in New York City. I am one of 4 children. And I grew up humble beginnings, you know, in the area of Manhattan that is not the best. Okay, my family still lives there. Grew up majority single mom household. My father was around for a period of my life, and then he vanished, literally vanished at 7 years old, and didn't see him or hear from him for about 28 years later. Okay, yeah. And my mom, she did what she could, you know, to provide for her kids, you know. She dealt with some battles in life, but she has overcome them. And her strength, I want to say, has helped me in my journey as an adult, you know. And as a child, you know, I'm into art, love art. I loved just adventure. I loved adventure. You know, I used to watch a show called Amazing Race, and it opened my mind to know that there's more than just Harlem. Okay. Graduated from John Jay College with a degree in forensic psychology, and went into insurance. So yeah, so I have a degree in forensic psychology, but found my way in insurance. I did retail for a while, about 5 years. Was amazing at it. And yeah, you know, working in corporate teaches you a lot. I like to say I was able to use my degree in a way because, you know, forensic psychology, you work with the mind a lot and things like that. And I was able to utilize that when I was working with the different personalities on Wall Street. So it did come in handy, you know. And worked in insurance for 11 years and 5 months. And I'll say my 9th year, well, actually, no, I want to say maybe my 5th year, I just wanted something more. Okay. I wanted something different. I saw people retiring, and I would ask them so many questions. How many years do you have to stay here? What do you get? And they were like, oh, you have to do 25 years or 35 years. I was like, where, here? I was like, that's like a life sentence. I was like, oh, Lord. So once that happened, like little things started to like seep into my brain, like you need to find an escape plan or something, because I did not want to stay there that long. I couldn't even imagine that. I'm like, what? Insane. And when you start to open up and you let the universe or the Lord, you know, Lord, whoever, know what it is that you want, certain things start to open up for you. You know, you start to meet people that you probably wouldn't have met before if you did not open up in regards to your intentions, okay, and your desires. So connected with a stranger. That stranger opened up my eyes to more, to a better life, you know, more purpose. And from there, got connected. So while I'm working at my full-time job, started to build my relationship marketing business. And it was in the travel space, travel and lifestyle space. Absolutely amazing, because during the course of it all, I became a travel junkie. Yeah, I would travel all the time. So this was right up my alley, all right? Like, I get to do it, I get to travel, and I get paid. Okay. And I get to put my friends on. Why not? And aside from that, it was a community of people that I was now being introduced to, you know, people who were thinking bigger, people that had more goals. They just wanted more. And they also wanted to help others. That's me all day. You know, if you know anything about the personality, the colors and the personality test, I'm a big old yellow. All right. Lead with my heart. Yellow and blue, because I'll jump off a cliff and you skydive whenever I feel like. But anyway, so that it just fit. And I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, I started to really look at my life, and I said it's time for me to move in a direction of wanting more purpose, you know? So it wasn't the money that I was after, it was purpose and fulfillment. And my job didn't shut down, I left. But I do have a response in regards to if your company shuts down. So let me know if you want me to stop, continue.
I was going to actually jump in because there's some of that. I've heard your story, been blessed to, come to an opportunity presentation where you were speaking. So I have heard some of your story, but something you just said really, because for me, what I remember you saying in the past was the information was the information, right? And I love that because it spoke to the fact that if you're in the right space when you see this, you're going to be open or receptive to the idea. But what you just said was, or what I want to understand is, what do you think made you, because I'm sure a lot of people ask people, hey, how long have you been here? And, what do you got to do to get to this place in their company? I want to kind of get a sense of what was it that startled you, aside from how long they were going to do it? Because if you're building your business now, I'm imagining you want to be in your business now for 20 and 30 and odd years, right? What was so scary about where those people were and what you saw with their 20-year plan? And, maybe then when you saw the opportunity that you decided to take part in, that made you say, this is a better way to do this, as opposed to, to what these other people were obviously building and working on within their company.
Great question. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. I love that you both approved.
The people that were there for years at my corporate company did not look happy. They did not look happy. They were miserable. Most of them were miserable, doing the same thing over and over and over again. Didn't seem like they had any fulfillment. Wow. So I would look at that and look in the mirror and say, no. Now, if they were jolly and just having a good old time and living life, then of course it would probably be a different story, but that wasn't the case. So it scared the bejesus after me. I was like this, oh my gosh, I don't want that to be me. I do not want that to be me. And then when I saw the opportunity, we're talking about travel, fun, giving back. Hello, smiles. I literally went on Instagram after I was shown the opportunity, just for validation. Because when I saw the opportunity, I said, that can't be real. Because the day before I saw it, I was on my knees praying to the Lord to give me a sign as far as where it is my life needs to go. Okay? I was bawling, didn't know what was happening. I thought I was having a breakdown, tears, and I was like, I'm just not happy where I am. I feel like there's more to me. Give me a sign. Show me my purpose. I need some more fulfillment. Like all of this was going through my mind. And then the opportunity presents itself. And I was like, so I went on social media. I typed in the name and a few things, and I see people smiling. Thousands of photos of people smiling and just like, they look so happy. I said, this can't be real. So I started messaging people on Instagram. Wow. You know, the DM went into the DM. Okay? It wasn't to hook up. It was to like, hey, excuse me. I was pretending this opportunity. Is it real? Oh, yeah, wow. Of course it was real. Yeah. If you're not looking to burn your luggage, you better be a part of it. I was like, oh really? Wow. People that don't know me.
Wow. That's good. That's good. Jay, you muted yourself. I don't know if you did it on purpose. Did you want to ask a question before we do ask Syreeta to get into a little bit? So we only have you for a couple more minutes on, because we usually just run for 25 minutes. So we only have you for a couple more minutes here. Did you have a question? I had one other one I was thinking about just now before we get into the main one.
No, I really want her to answer this question.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear her response to this because she answered a lot of questions that I think some people don't even realize that they have, right? Like, imagine if everybody who saw an opportunity went onto Instagram, found other people who were doing the same one, and they were like, hey, is this like, could you imagine if people do that? Like, most people won't even do that. Like,
well, it's funny you said that. I actually thought, oh, it's so funny we run into people who say, I'm going to do my research, but that's not what, but that's not what they do. They go look on the general internet about, where you can put almost anything instead of looking for I thought that was actually a great point. But Syreeta, to the actual question of the day, that company, and we're not going to name companies. That's not what we're here to do. But that company that you were so excited about, was an answer almost to God in terms of maybe it may have felt that way at the time. That company is shut down. What did you do? Right? That company is no longer around. And this is the question we're asking, where people are like, oh, yeah, I am in this industry, but my company is shut down, and now I'm over it. Or what did you do, or what did you see when that happened to you?
Well, luckily for me, there was another, I want to say my company had some relationship or association with another company. And what I had to do was, because it's bittersweet, it's like you give so much of yourself in this other company and you're like, what's going on? But what I did is I went online again, I went to you.
Oh, for some reason your sound went out.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
there
yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
I went on YouTube and looked up the company, and
okay.
what I was looking for was that feeling. You understand? The same feeling I got when I saw the other company, I was searching for that same feeling when it came to this company, because they were saying how amazing this new company is. Okay, well, let's see. And I did my digging, and I found some videos from the owner. And when I tell you that feeling was there, genuine, all heart. And I'm going to say this. When I saw this, I said, God has his hand all over this. Because what I saw wasn't that all my company was shutting down. I saw that my brand is now expanding. Because where I only had just travel and lifestyle, now I have travel, lifestyle on another level. But now I have a way where I can connect with other people who are looking to look better and feel better. Trifecta, baby. Like literally everything that people want is what I now have. And I can provide. So my company shut down. I kept my eyes open. I said, I have a mission, a goal, of what I want to accomplish in life, this was a great match. Great match. So it may be a different name on the jersey, but it's the same family. It's the same team, the same family. All right.
No. That is so good. And I'm actually thinking about, because now we know that you had an organization. You had actually had an organization in your other company. So I definitely want to ask some questions around what was the conversation like around your having to speak to people within your organization. But the blessing here is we don't got to do that here. We're going to take this conversation. What is it? Did I say, is it after hours or after dark? I don't know. After hours?
It's like overtime.
Overtime. Thank you. Okay. Because I got to figure out what we call it now, where we take this this conversation further, because we definitely want to dive into a lot of what you discussed. But for everybody who was able to join us live today, guys, thank you guys so much. We threw Syreeta's information up.
Hey, I saw you. Thank you for watching live.
There it is. Yeah, if you guys want to find Rita, she is on Instagram. You can go do your own research. Jump in them DMs. Be respectful, men. Be respectful. If you're hitting her up, she is a businesswoman. Come correct. Don't be in them DMs.
That's right.
Slowing this woman down. And then for everyone else, guys, you already know we're going to drop that information in the info box below so that you guys can connect with us and see the rest of this conversation. But for now,
as always, remember, you deserve
the good life. Say that. We're going to get that one day. By episode 10, I swear we're going to have this whole outro thing figured out.
Yeah.
But no, guys, thank you, guys. Please join us next week. You're definitely not going to want to miss next week. And if everybody else, you already know where to find the rest of this, it's going to be on our Patreon account, so you can hear what the rest of what Syreeta has to say and learn about what you tell your team when that company is shut down. And maybe you ain't go on YouTube and watch a video and feel that, but what do you got to say to your organization to get them to come with you, right? All right, guys. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you guys next week.